Chris, with Lanier there on that quick start, did he just get away off a couple screens, or what led to some of that stuff?
Obviously, he had our full attention, and we had a game plan. And guys like that, I don't know this for a fact, but guys like that, when they see that ball go through the hole, first couple shots, it changes their confidence usually. And I think that's what happened with him. I know everybody knows, they're going to run him off a lot of screens and pin downs, and he's going to give him opportunities to get shots off. And we definitely, switched when we weren't supposed to. And then he also got the outlet and pushed the ball in transition, and we didn't pick him up early enough, and he banged that one in two, and he just gave us fits all night long.
This gentleman here, you talk about.
What went wrong for you guys offensively tonight?
Couldn't get off to a worse start. We did that 2 years ago here, and I felt like it was deja vu, and so I learned my lesson, though. I didn't call a timeout right away then, but I did this year. And, we knew they were going to be very physical on the ball, off the ball. It's what Coach Barnes' teams do, and you can talk about it till you're blue in the face. But, when you're on the road and they got obviously a great crowd, and they got off to that start, and then their physicality just – we were bumping off our catches. We weren't being able to catch the ball in our sweet spots, and got frustrated with it. And certainly Ziegler's the head of the snake, and he starts it, but the other guys off the ball are very, very physical and make it very difficult for you to catch the ball where you want it. And then around the basket, we just didn't feel like we had our balance very well. We were struggling a little bit. Just we didn't look normal around the basket like we normally do.
Anything else for Coach?
What allowed you all to make a comeback there to start the second half and cut it to single digits, and then maybe what went wrong from that point on that allowed Tennessee after that kind of three-point heave at the buzzer?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Coach Barnes thinks, but maybe they took their foot off the gas, which unfortunately happens sometimes when you have a big lead in college basketball. It's a good problem to have. But I would imagine maybe that had something to do with it, and hopefully our guys learned from the first half, issues that we had. We had a very low number of paint touches. We felt like we were standing around on offense way too much and expecting people to play one-on-one against, this type of defense isn't a good recipe. But in the second half, we obviously played better on the offensive end, and, we cut it to 7, and then Apara made the 3 at the shot clock, and that to me was the backbreaker. And not that we were going to come back and win the game, but if he misses and we get another, get it down to 5 or 4, it can change. The momentum can change. But if I'm not mistaken, either the next possession or the one after, Meshack hit the 3 in the corner, and then it got to 13, and it never was a basketball game the rest of the night. But Coach Barnes obviously is an excellent coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach, and he had his guys ready to go.
Is it tougher as a coach with things that you feel like you can't control? Because there's a lot of things you can control, but I think a 3 had lipped out that would have made it 4, and then Akpera takes his first 3 of the season and makes it to beat the shot clock. As a coach, are those just moments where you can't control that?
You do it long enough, and that happens, right? As a coach, you always think it happens to just your teams. Like a guy that shoots 15% makes 2 threes, or a kid that hasn't made a shot and makes it, and you always feel like it only happens to your teams, but it certainly happens all over the country. And that's part of why it's a beautiful game. You never, the unexpected happens all the time, and tonight, that was one of those plays.
Go to the gentleman in the green hat to wrap it up.
How much of a difference maker has Felix Okpara been for them in terms of what you saw last year from them and how he's been playing through SEC play so far?
He just seems to me, from on tape, he just gives them more of a defensive rim presence. That's what sticks out to me. And then on the other end, he's such a lob threat with Ziegler. And, obviously Ziegler's been through all the wars, and he's an unbelievable competitor and a player. And now that he's got, him out there with the option of when he gets in that lane to just throw it up, and he throws it so high that nobody else can get it. It was something we really, really tried to game plan against and talked a lot about. But he just brings a different feel and threat offensively. And then, like I said, the
paint presence and the length, and he's a little bit stronger in person than I thought he was on video.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.